Hi, and welcome to the Market Alert for Tuesday, the 24th of May 2022. So yesterday, US stocks rebound after a recent streak of weekly losses. Yes, the Dow was up 618 points yesterday, and the reason for this is quite simple. Futures jump after Biden says Trump's China tariffs under consideration. Two things to note in this news headline. Futures jump. They're not stocks. They're a derivative of stocks, so it's easier to move prices, as I've said before. And secondly, only under consideration, not a fact. And that was all that was required to move the market up 600 plus points during yesterday. However, this doesn't change anything globally. As this headline states here, it is not just the USA. The economic instability is global. Stagflation is already a fact today. Recession is inevitable tomorrow. Social discontent is already taking place in various parts of the Western world. Other news today, well, it's the flash news today. For those that trade intraday, you've got to keep an eye on these. We've got all of this morning. We've got obviously the French, the German, etc., etc. But then this afternoon, we've got Powell speaking, and ECB President Lagarde is out at 7 p.m. as well. 2:45 you get the US flash, but for the morning you get all of the European, which is a real pain because the market trades for about 10-15 minutes and there's the release of the next item. However, the only one I think you want to keep an eye on is going to be the German one. To be honest with you, that's the one that will dominate the morning trading session. And the gold-silver ratio moving back to the upside. That's because silver was monkey-hammered yesterday on the comments made by Biden with regards to China. And we'll look at that in more detail as we work our way through the charts. But let's start off with the Dow for yesterday. You can see the market moving sharply higher to the upside, closing back above the 5-bar moving average. However, overnight price is already starting to move to the downside. So it's going to be interesting to see if that 600 point was just the rhetoric from Biden, because certainly the markets had a reality check overnight and at the moment it is looking fairly weakish. So I'm going to draw some fibs to the downside just in case. I noticed that the 5 MA is actually tied in with the 38% fib there. In the 30-minute chart, we've got a gap here. That's the only concern because gaps tend to get filled. The market has gapped down, tried to move higher, but found resistance at the close of yesterday and is now moving to the downside. I'll be keeping an eye on the 30-minute chart, which this is, and that 200 MA that you can see there. In the German DAX, you can see the market up also yesterday, trading up to the 89% that we've had drawn in from here, back to here, so the market finding resistance there. Also back below the 50-bar moving average at the moment, but we've got the 5-bar below. Again, I'm just going to draw in a retracement from this low to here, so I can see what targets we've got on the downside should the 5-bar moving average be broken. Again, just like the Dow, it's tying in with a 38%, but notice how much stronger the DAX is compared to the Dow at the moment. We need to take out that 5-bar. We've got the 20-bar moving average tying in with the golden ratio, i.e. 62% there as well. If we're going to move to the upside, we need to take out the resistance that we can see here, the 89%, the 78%, which is in a bigger time frame, this one here, back to here, and also this ties in with the high to the left here as well, and we've got these other highs to take out as well, one being yesterday's high. In the 30-minute chart of the German DAX, you can see the gap here as well, the market gapping down to the close of Monday's session, and then of course we've got a new one added in overnight, and you can see prices being bought back very, very rapidly here. But we're struggling a bit here at the moment. The market's still pulling back. So let's have a look, see where we are in this smaller time frame. Currently back to 62.78 there. Again, you can see all of the flash news we've got today. So maybe they're going to use that to bring the market back. It's at least 100 points up to the high where we are at the moment, if the market is going to make an attempt to have a look at that. Also watch the low, because the 200 MA in the 30-minute chart ties in with this. It's a great area for support and to buy off as well. In the 5-minute chart, you will see yesterday the market was sideways. Let me just readjust the chart. We had a move up in the futures, which you'd expect. Then we had the bounce of the 89% retracement before the market moved lower. Bit of news in between, and the market continuing down to the DP. Unfortunately, I was busy yesterday writing a eulogy for a late cousin, so I wasn't able to trade and look at the markets as much as I would have normally done. So the market then found support, as you can see here, finding support with the retracement. Get your retracement there, and then the market just waiting for the Dow to open. A bit choppy at the start of the Dow, but then moving back up as the Dow took off with those comments that were made by Biden. Overnight, you can see that gap. It's quite a significant gap, isn't it? Let me just have a look and see how many points this is from the close down to the open, which I think is around about here. Well, we'll go to the high of the bar. That would be a good idea. So yeah, 100-point gap in the DAX, which I haven't seen that for a long time. So I mean, that's going to take some filling on the upside. But of course, if we just move across, you will see that, as I said, when we were looking at the 30-minute chart, there's the high of yesterday, which is just, well, actually where we're currently trading is 100 points and just 160, 170 points to the upside there. So a lot to actually try and fill the gap for yesterday, but certainly 100 points will take you to the just under the R1 to fill that gap. In the currencies, we've got the yen sideways, narrower ranges each day at the moment, just not really reacting, so must be waiting for the next FOMC meeting minutes. 30-minute there, stuck in a range, you can see there 50 points, but trending to the upside. Bit of a pullback there of about 70 points, but sitting on the DP at the moment, looking to try and move back to the upside. Like I say, it's not doing a lot. Meanwhile, the pound, Bailey was out yesterday. Again, he's given this market a bit of a boost. Obviously, with his comments, we're 89% retracement there. We're overbought in the daily, so could expect a bit of a retracement in there. Again, at the moment, the US dollar is being pressured to the downside, so it's helping the pound to be supported. You can see yesterday just a 50-point range at its max and just stuck in a sideways trading range there. Like the Japanese yen, the market's currently sitting on the DP level there as well. And finally, in the metals, well, what a surprise, eh? Yesterday, the market being hammered down. We've got silver and gold being pressured to the downside. You can see this here. We are overbought, as I mentioned yesterday. But it may be a case of they were just using this to their advantage to try and move prices down. So let's just see if we can mark this up. And let's have a look, see where we've got on the downside. So we've already come back through the 38% retracement. And at the moment, we're sitting at 50%. I'm just going to remove that. So 62% at 21.60. I'll go with 21.50 as the target. But if we break the 89% retracement, then we'll go down and we'll retest this next set of fibs. And I wouldn't be at all surprised. The good thing is that we've got a confluence of fibs from this point here and from this point here back to here. So I'll keep an eye on this as well. But you can see in the 30-minute chart what happened yesterday. Biden made those comments and the silver market was monkey hammered down by the banks. And you can see now we're at yesterday's low, having come off this. That's why the low is very important to have in the chart. And the market also over the momentum starting to switch, divergence, crossover and moving back there. But at the moment it's stuck at the 200 MA. And I suspect that we're going to be moving lower down throughout these fibs today at the usual 1:30 p.m. time when they come in and hammer the metals. As I say, gold also hit yesterday, but not as bad. You can see it just coming off the highs, and that's why you're seeing the gold-silver ratio starting to move back to the upside. The market's just ahead of the 20-bar moving average there as well, which it will need to maintain. And the irony is that the US dollar yesterday sold off and they sold off silver as well. So again, just comments. That's all it was. Just comments moving the market to the downside in the silver market. And like I say, the dollar moved lower on those comments, and yet the metals were under pressure. Crude oil sideways, still stuck in that sideways range, coiling itself, ready to make a move at some point. No doubt it'll be to the upside. Okay, that's it for this one. Let's see what the flash news does to the markets today and whether the gap will be filled or not. Okay, that's it from me. As ever, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.